Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerdist New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, aka Pace Pop Pete, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Baby Yogurt.
There we go. And we're back with another episode. And yes, want everybody to know that no, we did not fall out or anything like that, or no, we are not at odds with each other. This just
We didn't break up.
Right. I hate him. Nah, nothing like that. It's just we just took a little time off. We decided to just reschedule for Monday, and actually, this is pretty good because Eli, this might be the last Monday ever.
No, I think we got a few more months before.
I don't think so. I think this is it. Like I said, tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but today, as it was going on right now, is not Super Tuesday. Super Tuesday was like in March, right? So not.
Yeah.
I thought you just called this Super Tuesday. Anyway, voting. Everybody that hasn't voted already is going to vote today. Fun fact: Mississippi is one of the only states in the country that doesn't allow early voting, so I have to wait till tomorrow to get it done. So that's going to be a thing. I really feel, and no, we're not going to press you into vote for this person or vote for that person. Vote for Harambe, vote for Kanye. I don't give a fuck. Just go out and vote. Just voice your opinion, if nothing else. There's nothing wrong with that. So definitely do that. But Eli, the thing is, honestly, I feel like no matter what happens on Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be a shit show.
It's going to be a few months of a shit show. I don't think the results are going to come in, and I don't want to get into that shit.
Yeah, let's not. I'm just look. Either way, just be ready for the Civil War. It's coming. You know, just
go ahead. That's gonna happen either. I think I don't. These motherfuckers can't even fucking. They couldn't even go without fucking hair salons and Old Country Buffet for 2 months. They can't handle no war.
You saying it now, Eli? Well, hey, who knows? Either way, don't worry. Whatever happens, Tony Hawk, you are safe.
They'll go occupy a Golden Corral. It's fat fuck.
Cracker Barrel. What? No, I didn't mean to say that. Never mind. Let's go to the next part of the podcast. Also, we usually start this off with the podcast, but hold on. Let's see what we got here.
Look who's in the house.
Cliff, Fish Fry. What it do? Fish Fry for everybody. Happy Armageddon Eve. Like I said, this is 2020, so you know everybody's getting fucked up. Anyway, let's go to the next part of the podcast. This is the part where we usually start off because always when a tragedy happens, we want to address it. And we want to say to rest in peace to Sir Sean Connery.
Yes,
so,
he is a knight.
I said, he is a knight. He was knighted in 2000 by the Queen. So yeah, like I said, this is a big deal by Sean Connery. I don't like that pick. Let's do the other one. Boom. Look when he's cool. Let's do the cool pick, you know. Yeah, so like I said, Sean Connery been acting for all these decades. He is an icon. Everybody just knows Sean Connery. He's probably the most famous Scotsman that ever lived, other than what's the guy from that Mel Gibson movie? Whatever. I can't remember.
That's right, Mad Max?
Not Mad Max, bro. Shit, Braveheart. That guy. He's pretty famous. Obviously, he's not that famous. We don't know his name. So, yeah, okay. Sean Connery is over. Exactly.
Where the white women at?
Yeah, so we're taking Sean Connery over Mel Gibson. And
we're all going to get the white women after that, man.
Basically. all you can get. So, yeah, so basically, let's talk about Sean Connery. Like I said, Eli, when I was growing up with Sean Connery, I didn't know he was even associated with James Bond. I knew him from all this other stuff. I knew him from Hunt for Red October. Knew him from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Knew him from Untouchables. You know,
Highlander. Oh yeah,
Highlander. Untouchable. He was in all this stuff. You know, so I see the young picture of him looking like James Bond, and I can, because they look so different, I can't even make the connection. I'm like, okay, just James Bond. You know, there's better telling me later on, like I think like my 20s when I found out, yes, that is Sean Connery. I'm like, oh shit, really? So I had no connection with that. Not only that, I did some research finding out that before he was James Bond, he was actually a bodybuilder and was third runner up to the Mr. Universe contest.
No shit.
So yeah, didn't know that. So yeah, he played in all these movies, and all the movies he played in, Eli, honestly, my favorite has to be The Rock. Now, I'm gonna tell you why I love this movie so much, because most people love him as James Bond, right? Here's the thing, Eli, in this movie, he was playing James Bond. They just never actually said the name of James Bond. He was actually playing an MI6 agent that was disavowed.
I don't think I've ever watched that.
Oh, this movie is fucking awesome, man. It has the greatest quote of any movie ever. He's like, and he tells Nicolas Cage, because Nicolas Cage is this movie also. Also, Nicolas Cage's best movie also. And he tells Nicolas Cage, try your best. Wine is always talking about trying their best, but winners go home and fuck the prom queen. I love that fucking line. It's it's the way to live your life by, you know. And like I said, we haven't seen Sean Connery in a while because he was sick for a while. But this was actually the last movie he was in, Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
And here's the thing: since it's a comic book podcast, we actually have to talk about this because it's actually a Alan Moore comic.
Mm-hmm.
Eli, I don't care. I love this movie. I don't care what anybody say about this movie. I love the movie.
I didn't dislike it. I thought it was all right.
Right. Main thing about this movie is because it's a bunch of literary characters that are piled up into one movie. Because, like I said, Sean Connery in that movie is playing Alan Quartermain, which from Heart of Darkness, but they had to read Heart of Darkness in school. And it's basically the Avengers before the Avengers. Hell, it's basically the X-Men before the X-Men. I mean, before the movies came out, stuff like that.
It's classic superheroes, or classic literature heroes.
Now, I do want to let you know this: if you're a fan of that movie, or if you hate that movie, don't read the comic. This is Alan Moore we're talking about, so of course Alan Moore is going to do some Alan Moore shit with these characters. So yeah, it's not the standard.
I'm sure Alan Quartermain was racist and was a colonizer.
Just like he was in the comic. I mean, like he was in the novel. So
yeah,
I like that exactly. See, we got two people with us here. And Invisible Man. No, who got? Yeah, not Hulk. What's the guy Hulk? Mr. Hyde, Dr. Just Mr. Hyde.
Mr. Hyde, yeah.
Raped the Invisible Man.
Raped him.
Yes, anally raped him.
In the comic. No,
not in the movie. That's what I was saying. Like, if you read the movie and you watch the movie and then read the comic, you're like, oh, this is way differently. So, like I said, remember, it's Alan Moore.
God bless him, Alan Moore.
Mr. Hyde, exactly. That's what it is. Well, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Can we stay on the James Bond train we got going on right here?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, and Eli, you shared out since I can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
I did. I shared it out.
Oh, cool. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to stay with what we got going on right now. We're going to talk about, like I said, the first James Bond. And we're going to talk about the latest James Bond, which is No Time to Die. And the reason we're talking about this one is because apparently, like I said, streaming is the future and movie theaters are struggling right now. And MGM is struggling because James Bond is pretty much like the only movie they have that makes all the money. So they're trying to find a way to get this movie out and, salvage some of their money, But the problem is that the price tag they're asking for, nobody wants to pay. They're trying to sell this movie to streaming service of like 6, 7, some people even said 800. Nobody wants to do that. Amazon, I think Apple gave them the best offer, and I think they said for 400, and they said it was too low. So they can't sell the movie. They have to hold it for theaters. Meanwhile, during the last quarter of 2020, they're losing money left and right. So my thing is this: everybody's saying that streaming is the future, and I'm using like James Bond is like this microcosmos going on with Hollywood right now. They're saying that streaming is the future. If streaming is the future, this is what we're going to get. These big blockbuster movies that have to make all this money to get their money back and shit like that. It's not going to happen. These big superhero movies we just been loving, that China's just been eating up and shit like that. Not going to happen. Fast and the Furious, that's cost all this money to make. Not going to happen. What you're going to get, if streaming is the future, you're going to get low budget movies. That's what's going to happen because Netflix isn't going to pay $600 million for a movie. They're not going to do that. That's why all these movies that can't be in the theater are going to Netflix. So, because they can't afford it. And people keep asking why won't Black Widow go to streaming? Why won't all these other movies go to streaming? This is why. Because if streaming is the future, those big budget movies won't make their money back.
Yeah. So. Also, Tom Cruise don't got to make fucking $20 million a movie either. He don't need to make that much.
That is true. That is true. That's another reason that kind of blows up the price tag of these things. Also, yeah, Alan got a thing for it. He does. He really does. Somebody needs to really look into that, or not. So that's my thing with movies in general. If streaming is the future, you can get a rare. I mean, Eli, how do you feel about that? Like I said, we've always complaining about the theme parks and the blockbuster movies, and these big budget blockbuster movies are driving out other movie theaters. How do you feel about that? That if streaming is the future, that basically these movies will go away.
Well, I think there'll be more, or we'll get more long form if they are going to be blockbusters. If they are going to have the special effects and all the cool shit that we like, I think they're going to be more long form series. You know, they're going to, you know what I mean? That way people will pay attention to, will keep subscriptions longer, you know, and they'll be more episodic instead of the big tentpole movie where, you know, that they blow, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars on and expect to make $1 billion. That, yeah, I think that's going to go away. But if we want that type of entertainment with the big blockbuster entertainment we want, I think they're going to be in more long form format. If streaming is where it's going, we'll get it. It's just be a series, you know.
True, but I mean, like I said, if we do go there, no matter how long the movie will, they're going to stretch the movie out for 10 episodes, 8 episodes, stuff like that. We're not going to get an Endgame. I mean, it's not going to happen because hell, even the movie theaters probably Endgame maybe never happen with all those characters, all the big budget, all in IMAX with Thanos looking as good as he did with CGI. You're not going to get that.
But I said this before. I mean, the MCU was just episodic TV at the movies. You know, it was just how many 4 seasons of movies, you know, and yeah, that's what we got for it, and it pretty much sets it up for streaming, you know. So yeah, I think it's sad in a way, you know, but you know that's the world we live in, and you know what are you gonna do? You know?
I mean, we're looking at all these doomsday scenarios, stuff like that. Maybe, like I said, maybe the pandemic will die down a little bit, even though we had record numbers this last week. You know, maybe by the middle of April it'll die down, and people won't be scared to, you know, go back to the theaters. You know, I mean, the thing is,
theaters are businesses. They can file for bankruptcy or take out loans just like every other broke motherfuckers have to. That's what I'm saying. This pandemic, 2020 is weeding out the pussies and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're just starting to see people break. You know, and the people who are prospering are the motherfuckers who are used to this shit. We're used to like not having shit,
or
not being able to go anywhere. Too broke to do shit. Too broke to go anywhere. So,
right.
You know what I mean?
The government saying stay at home. I've been at home.
But yeah, everybody. Yeah, movie theaters like, oh shit, we're gonna be broke. Oh my god, I might have to take out my own trash. Oh, it's the end of the world. Like, fuck off. Get a fucking loan, pussy, and fucking, you know, with fucking 25% credit like the rest of us broke motherfuckers have to.
Well, that's the thing, because like I said, and this is another segue we're going into right now, but like I said, we went the entire 2020 without a Marvel movie in the theaters. And I think they felt the effect because of that, because that's what put butts in the seats, and Disney in general also. Yeah. So if Disney decides to focus on streaming themselves, you know, decide to focus on Disney Plus and stuff like that, and pull other movies or don't bother with, you know, these tempo movies anymore, the movie theaters are going to suffer, because if nobody was coming to the movies to see anything other than Disney movies anyway.
Yeah.
So that's
what happens when a fucking big giant corporate conglomerate buys up everything.
Right. And then they had their movie, and then they contracted their movies to be in the theaters for so long that other movies can't even have room to put their movies in there.
Yeah, fuck that. They fucked it up. They fucked themselves, you know. So
I don't think they fucked themselves. I think they're fine. Matter of fact, I think they plan for the future.
They're always gonna have something to do, but I think they ruined the business for themselves.
They did. Yeah. They ruined the business, but not for themselves. I don't think they ruined the business. Definitely.
Well, I mean, they ruined the business of the theaters. They fucked that up, you know, by having such a monopoly in the theaters and theater chains, and, you know, fucking over independent films and all that shit by, you know, making theaters play their movies over other movies. I think they fucked themselves up. I mean, now the theaters are dying, and it, you know, pretty much because of that. Because
I'm going to ask you another.
The theaters had to cater to the Disney model. Yeah. Now that, you know, nobody's going to see movies because Disney movies aren't in the theaters, now the theaters are suffering. So
right. Let me ask you this. It's a conspiracy theory that's something I've been thinking about. Do you think Marvel, Disney, whoever you want to name, may have manipulated Rotten Tomatoes or some of the scores in Rotten Tomatoes? I'm just saying. You know, I mean, do you really think Ant-Man deserved like a 90%? You know,
I don't know. I mean, I think people are dumb. I don't.
I'm just saying because a lot of times people were saying, you know, when they had these like big Hollywood blockbuster premieres, like any of the reviewers, like the big time critics that were popular, you know, Disney was flying them out, giving them all kind of shit, you know, whatever you want, you know, take pictures with, you know, Tony Stark and all this shit like that. So somehow that can influence you, like, oh, if I shit on Disney, I might not get invited out to this premiere, you know.
Yeah,
I guess that can be in the back of the head.
Yeah. I guess in a way that probably happens, but I mean, paying sites, I don't know.
Not like paying them, but I think it definitely influence them and giving them incentive to, you know, to go that route. Yeah, because all was trash. Still had 90% of Rotten Tomatoes or whatever the fuck it had. Oh shit!
I think I mean, yeah, that's a whole other discussion. That's about the culture war and all that crap, and not being able to like speak your mind without being accused of, you know, crimes against humanity and shit. You know, I think that if you don't like that was the whole. If you don't like Captain Marvel, you're a sexist, misogynist asshole, and if you do like, you know, if you do like Captain Marvel, you're a feminist, you know?
Right?
Or a dude pretending to be a feminist trying to get laid.
Josh Whedon. Hey, we got to shit on Josh Whedon again. So, all right. So,
Snyder cut. Go see the Snyder cut.
Right. Was much better, I guess.
I don't know, man. That's up for debate.
Oh, Eli, you heard that other shit? Yeah, it's like you heard that shit about another shit they're shitting on Josh Whedon about is that he lightened up Ray Fisher in the cut or something.
I heard something about that.
I'm
like holy shit.
What the fuck?
They try to turn him white. They try
to blonde and shit like Brad Pitt. Like I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, man. But anyway, all right, we ready to get into. All right, let's get into it. Let's fuck all this bullshit. Let's get into it.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna get into the Mandalorian. Mando season 2. I think this episode was called The Marshal or whatever. I don't even think they named it. If you want to say they named it. So I think so. All right. So you want to start off? I want to start off. I'm gonna let you start off because, like I said, okay. First off, for anybody that hasn't,
let's just.
I gotta put up a disclaimer. I gotta put up a disclaimer because people that have been listening to the podcast, they know it's two things that we ban on this episode. I mean, on this podcast. One is Star Wars, and the other is Will Smith. So we try to stay away from those topics as much as possible. However, The Mandalorian, when season 1 came out, we realized that with Star Wars fans, even though we hate everything and we bitch about everything, this was like the truce area, like the oasis that we could all like. What was it? Okay,
this was a midnight clear. This was
right, like with Grand Theft Auto. You know, when you go to the strip club and you can't bring guns in, it's like that.
Yeah.
But when you leave the strip club, you can pull guns back out and shit like that. So that's what the Mandalorian is. It's a strip club in Grand Theft Auto. I don't know if that analogy makes sense, but that's what we're gonna go with. So, Eli, I'm gonna just go off the bat. Fuck it, 5 out of 5. This episode for me. This episode was amazing, brilliant. I mean, you can nitpick and bullshit and stuff like that. Like they said, want rats too many times. I don't give a fuck about that, man. Just everything they did in this episode was awesome from the beginning to the end, everything in between, the guest stars, the Easter eggs they had. It's like, you did it. Like, honestly, we talk about like movies and shit like that. Like, if you'd have gave me this and told me to pay money in the movie theaters to watch this, I would have gladly paid money to see this. Like, not even an issue.
Yeah.
You know.
This is, you know, when Star Wars does it right.
It's an MCU.
Yeah, it's a Western in space.
It's Gunsmoke. That's how I sell the movie to my friends. They're like, I don't know shit about Star Wars. I don't know shit about the Mandalorian. I just know Baby Yoda's in it. What is it about? I said, it's Gunsmoke in space. Like, what? Yeah, that's what it is. It's Gunsmoke in space. There you go. All the Western tropes are here. He walks into town, you know, the settlers. He's a bounty hunter. He goes there. Like, you watch the Rifleman and also like, it's the same thing. And I'm fine with that. You know, doesn't bother me at all.
Yep. At the end, the people in the towns go, didn't get his name, but he sure cleaned up this town.
Exactly. He's the man with no name. Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. Even the fact that Timothy Olyphant was in this. Like, how you going to have a space Western or Western in general and not have
Did you think that like I'm sure everybody when they said a Mandalorian on Tatooine, everybody thought, "Oh shit, is this Boba Fett?"
Well, they've
And
been teasing Boba Fett in the trailer. Or not in the trailer, but like in some kind of press screening or something I saw, they were like hinting at that Boba Fett was going to be in it. So I'm like, okay, well, he's going to be Boba Fett. And then you see this dude walk out, you're like, okay, that ain't Boba Fett. Like that shit don't even fit him, but you know,
so
it's just
yeah. So for those who don't know, a quick recap of the episode, season 2, Mandalorian, the Mando. He's got Baby Yoda. He's supposed to bring him back to his people. Problem is, no one knows where these people are. Yoda,
he don't even know where his
Yoda's
people
been
are.
dead for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he don't even know
Yoda's
where his
been dead
people
for a
are.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one knows who Yoda is. Yoda's been dead for a while. This takes place after Return of the Jedi. So Mando don't know where he's going. So he's trying to find out where other Mandalorians are. And the beginning scene, he gets a tip that there's a Mandalorian on Tatooine. He goes to Tatooine to find this guy. We all, of course, Star Wars fans, the old schoolers. I marked when I said, yeah. Yeah. We all thought, oh, is this Boba Fett he's looking for? So he goes to this town. Turns out the marshal has Mandalorian armor, but he's not Boba Fett. He just has Boba Fett's armor. And but then there's a crate dragon attacking the town, and they have to team up with the Sand People to fight this crate dragon, and it's fucking dope.
Right. And I love how they did it because the marshal was going to think like, oh, you're going to send the Sand People out there and just take care of the shit for it. Like, no, your people are going to join in also. This is a problem for both of you. And like I said, it's like the old Westerns where you got the town settlers, you know, and you got the outsiders, and they have to team up together, you know, to do this, like see both sides of it because they don't understand each other. So Cowboys and Indians, that's what it was. So shit. So I like the fact
the uniting of
different cultures.
People who don't agree have to unite to take on a common threat. And
see, Mando is woke.
The Sand People,
he's woke.
Yeah. The Sand People and these town people hate each other. They're attacking each other. And they had to come together and reach an understanding to defeat this enemy. The Sarlacc pit,
the Sarlacc pit. Maybe they'll tell us.
Okay. So yes, at the end we get he explains the story of how he got Boba Fett's armor. That he ran off into the desert. He was the Tatooine fell to bandits after the rebels defeated the Empire and blew up the Death Star. So Tatooine sort of went into lawlessness, and he went out in the desert and he got found by Jawas. And the Jawas had Boba Fett's armor.
Oh, he stole some crystals on his way out of town also. So that's how he was able to pay for the armor.
Traded the Jawas for Boba Fett's armor. Now, in Return of the Jedi, we all saw how Boba Fett fell into the Sarlacc pit, presumably died. Now, in the comics, in the novels, it's all non-canon now. But there is, Boba Fett did survive. He did blow his way out of the Sarlacc pit and survive. That's been, there's been books and comics written about it. That's all legends now. But obviously this show is canon, and obviously if the armor got out, Boba Fett got out. And at the end of the episode, we see somebody who's probably Boba Fett. He is a clone. Now, he's not a clone. If it was a real clone, he would have been much older. Because in the Clone Wars, they manipulated their aging. They age faster.
Right.
Boba Fett was an unaltered clone. So he's not that old.
Which is how Django wanted him to be, right?
Yeah, so he had a natural aging process. So the clone we saw was not old. I mean, he was an adult, but he wasn't an old man like he would have been had he been a clone. Like Rex in Rebels as white hair, and now they're saying he was in Return of the Jedi, the old man with the beard and stuff. But yeah, he would have been much older if he was a clone. So it's pretty safe to say that was Boba Fett at the end. So
it has to be. I mean, and it's funny because that's the first time that we've ever seen Boba Fett with his mask off or his helmet off.
Yep.
So even though
other than the little kid,
I mean, and we knew what he looked like, but it's just weird that that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
It's just
and he had
funny.
Scars. His face is all scars. Because remember, he's in the pit of the Sarlacc, the stomach, and he was getting devoured or digested over 1,000 years. Now, I read the story in Tales from Jabba's Palace where he's inside the Sarlacc pit, and there's all these tentacles, and the acid is like melting him, but he's got that armor. The armor is protecting him. And it finally like melted away part of his armor where he was able to like launch one of his missiles. And that's how he blew his way out of the Sarlacc pit. So when he got out of the Sarlacc pit, he was like almost naked because the acid melted down his armor so much. You know, but that's, like I said, that's non-canonical anymore. But yeah. Clone Wars is awesome, Cliff. That's especially the last season.
Yeah, trying to think everything. Oh, you know what? Another thing I like about this show, because a lot of times they kept saying that this is the Baby Yoda show, but Baby Yoda barely did anything in this show, and I'm so glad he didn't, because it got to the point in season 1 he almost became like a Deus Ex Machina, where he just pulled just any powers out of his ass whenever they got in trouble. And I'm so glad they didn't do that this time.
I know that the people he's a fan favorite, and he did get his moments, but they didn't Baby Groot the shit out of him, and that's what I liked. He was just there enough to where he wasn't annoying,
Right. All he did is just give facial expressions, stuff like that. He didn't really insert himself into the plot either, because we know further down this season he's going to become integral to the plot. But this one, they just lay back. He's there, but he just back just making the facial expression about what he thinks was going on. Like, oh, Mando's awesome. Yeah. Okay, that's all he's doing. So I like that. I mean, just that whole crate dragon was awesome. Yeah. I didn't even realize that was a thing in A New Hope. And I know in
the skeleton.
The skeleton when C-3PO
in the background. Yeah.
They said it was like a baby version. That's why this version is so much bigger. And that's another thing about it. They spent money on this episode. Like, you can see the Star Wars budget on this. So,
yeah, when that crate dragon started spitting up acid, I was like, oh.
I was like, wow. Just like the design of the look, and when Mando exploded and stuff like that, I was like, whoa, they really spending like Star Wars money on this show. Like the money they would have had for the movie, they spend on this show, which is another reason like you don't expect stuff like that. We've been watching, Netflix shows and Amazon shows and Hellstrom and shit like that. You don't expect them to like actually blow a budget, on a show. So when you see this, you're like, whoa, okay, I wouldn't expect that. Other than Lovecraft, they spend money on that shit. You could tell.
Yeah.
Especially with the effects on that. But this, I was like, wow, they spent money on this. I actually feel like I got my money's worth for this Disney Plus thing I got. So as long as they keep bringing big budget stuff like that, I'm here. Honestly, I don't know how they're going to top this episode going forward.
Yeah, this was they came out swinging with this one. I mean, the beginning where he goes to that fight and the Gamorrean guards are fighting.
Right.
And I love that. And then that whole beginning, Hellstrom.
It was not Hellstrom yet. It was not. That's just I'm gonna review Hellstrom after this. I actually watched Hellstrom too. I'm gonna review it. Just what I think about it. Okay. But anyway, yeah. Did
it scare you? Were you scared?
Yes, I was. I had my blankie the whole time.
No, but Mando. I mean, like when Star Wars gets it right, when they get so that's what's good. When someone knows the formula and doesn't fuck with the formula too much, and it just gives you what we want. Yep. Oh yeah, Ahsoka's supposed to be in this.
Yep.
Robert Rodriguez is supposedly one of the directors this season. So I'm stoked to see what he's going to do. And this is right up his alley.
You know why this show works? The show works because we're Star Wars fans, but I think this show works even if you're not a Star Wars fan. Like, even if you don't get all those references, if you've never heard of a Boba Fett, you can still follow the show, still like the show, because a lot of the references, it doesn't feel like the show stops to be like, hey, look at this. It feels like that even if you don't get the reference, the show still moves forward. Like, for instance, doing the speeder scene when they was going from one town to the next, and Mando's got his speeder, and then Cobb, or whatever his name is, he has the pod racer. One of Anakin's old Joe Padre. Y'all like, oh shit. Yeah. So for us, that's an Easter egg nod. But if you don't know the reference and you don't think anything, you just like, why is his pod so much bigger than his speeder? It almost feel like a dick joke, making fun of. So it works on both ways, and it was like every reference was pretty much like that. Like, even if you don't know Boba, you know that he stole that from a Mandalorian. You know that. And when he took his helmet off, everybody, if you've been following the show, you're like, oh, what the fuck? You can't take your helmet off. Even Baby Yoda was like, whoa, he took his helmet off.
Yeah.
But he explained all that going forward, So that's why I thought the show was just awesome. Like I said, it is a space western. If you don't know anything about Star Wars, you will still like this show. If you do catch all the references, like I said, this show is for you. But either way, it works on multiple levels for me. So
yeah, and seeing this
Without-
to new without nothing anyway. Yeah, like I said,
Yep.
they're getting the formula. If you stick to the formula, you can't fuck it up. You know, and it's just giving the fan. I mean, you can call it fan service or whatever, but that's what it is. It's giving the fans what they want. You know,
Right.
but it's also expanding the universe. I mean, I loved seeing the Sand People and seeing what they do and their big giant
and they humanized them in this episode, which has never been done before.
Yeah,
You know?
and their big giant crossbows and stuff, and you get a glimpse into their lifestyle. I thought that was really cool. The close-ups of the Banta, that one, I just remember that the shot where it goes really extreme close up into a Banta's face. If you've never seen that before, Bantas are always in the distance and stuff like that. You know, so I was. Yeah, like I said, it's just giving the fans what they want, but it's also expanding the story and just seeing
and just giving you a good story.
Yeah,
you know?
and just
like giving you some kick-ass moments. Yeah,
it's fun. Like when the two Sand People go up to the cave, he leaves the Banta there, and then he starts running.
That shit was funny as hell. And even the Sand People were like, "Oh shit, that's fucked up."
He's like running and shit, and he just gets eaten. I was like, "Oh,"
because he knows it's coming. He's like, "Oh wait, no, him, not me." So yeah, that was
yeah,
awesome.
it was just that the image. It's just a funny ass image of seeing a sand person like fleeing for his life.
Like you know you're fucked. There's nothing you can do. You can run, but you're fucked. You know that. Oh man. Yeah. So let's move on.
And then the action was cool. The action, fucking
the last 10 minutes of it. Yeah, like two Mandalorian. Even though he wasn't a Mandalorian, but just watch two of them just doing action shit like that. That was just awesome.
Flying around with their jetpacks. The Marshal using using shit that Boba Fett never did. You know what I mean? He was using the missile and shit.
Right, the little top-down thing and
the targeting system and stuff. We were seeing stuff we never got to see before, and that's what fans want. You know,
right?
We want to see. We want to see those moments because Star Wars fans grew up with these movies. We grew up playing with the toys. This is such a part of our lives, and we've all imagined what these characters did. I mean, between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, we idolized Boba Fett because he was such this mysterious character, and we had him. We played with the toys, and we made up all these stories. And then when he dies so cheaply in Return of the Jedi, which they actually addressed in this episode, because remember Han Solo turns around and bumps that.
Yeah, he hits him, and then he just flew off. Yeah,
and then in this episode, he hits him. It's like that's a design flaw in Boba Fett
because he goes flying off also at the same way, hands waving everything. Yeah,
it's like a reference. It's a reference to Return of the Jedi. Like, Boba Fett, you just got to fix that thing because that's. So I like I said, or like you said, I loved it. I watched it multiple times already. You know.
Yeah, I had to also because it was just certain scenes I like. I want to watch that scene again. You know.
Yeah.
So like I said, this episode was awesome. If the rest of the season gonna be like this, that's great. I don't know how they're gonna top it, but man, give me more Mando. You know.
Yep.
So, all right.
That
so
speeder was made from Anakin. It looked like Anakin's engine. One of Anakin's
they did it on purpose. Yeah, they definitely did it on purpose. Yeah. So because if you look at Anakin podcasts, they're like that. And that's the thing. They were doing so many references. They were doing references from the prequels. Like, okay, they're doing prequel and you like the OG trilogy. They're bringing all that together. So yeah, that's why I was loving it. So shoot, I think we're about to go into it, man. I think we at the next part of the podcast now. The comics, we're there now. Like I said, this is the Comic Book Bullies, where we talk about the comic books, and we're just gonna jump right into it. So, like I said, a bunch of stuff jumped off. I guess we're gonna start off with supposedly this was the biggest one, but let's just get this shit out the way. The book we're gonna talk about next is not that shit. Yeah, The Three Jokers. Batman, The Three Jokers. Let's talk about that one.
I did not read this, so go ahead.
Have you been even following the story, or you just like?
I read the first issue and said, "Fuck it."
I should have did what you did. Anyway, let's just jump into this thing. So like I said, this is actually the last issue. It was only 3 issues, so we're done. So to catch you back up, there are 3 Jokers, and to say who the Jokers are is you have the criminal, you have the clown, and you have the comedian. Now the clown is dead. Red Hood shot him in the fucking face, so he's done. So now you still have the other 2, the criminal and the comedian, run around all this. So what happened in the last issue, the criminal, who's the old Joker, kidnapped Joe Chill. So, and they're trying to find out where Joe Chill is. Doing that, Batman, Red Hood, and Batgirl are teaming up together, and that team up goes about as well as you think it is. Basically, Jason's saying the same bullshit he was saying back in Red Hood. Why don't you kill the Joker? I can't kill the Joker because killers kill killers, and I do that, and one killer's left. And you're like, well, fuck, why don't you kill him then? You say you won't do that, but you didn't kill him, So fuck all that. Go to the next one. Batman goes to Blackgate to where Joe Chill was kidnapped, and he sees all these letters that Joe Chill has been writing to Bruce Wayne because he's been trying to apologize to Bruce Wayne. But the problem is Joe Chill dropped out of school at 13, so he barely can write. So it's not very coherent like he wants it to be. Meanwhile, while he's looking through that stuff, he actually finds a letter to Batman, but it's painted a little bit differently than the other ones are, so he knows who wrote that. Joker wrote it and slipped it in there. And so I'm trying to see if I can find it. Can't find it. Anyway, so they find out where it is, and it's a clue. He has 2 tickets to Monarch Theater. So obviously he know whatever goes down is about to go to Monarch Theater because shit always goes down to Monarch Theater. So let's show the picture. This is actually a pretty awesome picture right here. You can see Joker. Now this is before he fixes it, because Joker actually fixes up Monarch Theater, and I want to show you that panel also because it's pretty awesome too. Oh, here we go. That's the one I was trying to show you. He looks in there and he sees one Bruce Wayne, then he sees one slipped into Batman, but it's like paint difference, so he knows it was a Joker. And I'm going to find out, and that's when he finds 2 ticket mark of Zorro to Monarch Theater. So when he gets to Monarch Theater. Here we go. This panel right here. I'm going to give this book credit for the art, if not that, because that art was amazing. One night only, new Joker at Monarch Theater right there. He's telling Batgirl, you do this. Red Hood, you did, because basically the Bat family had, call signs and shit, like they're in the fucking army, So when he goes there, he finds Joe Chill. He finds the criminal or whatever, behind the projector. And basically he's trying to get him to confess to Batman who really killed Batman. But anyway, the point is the Joker is trying to turn Joe Chill into the new Joker. Why is he doing this? The reason he's doing this is because he feels like the new Joker, whoever the Joker should be closest to Batman. Like he should mean something to Batman instead of just being some faceless figure that Batman doesn't know anything about. But Batman is like, well, Joe Chill got cancer. Why are you gonna make him new Joker? And like, I bet you when I drop him in this vat of acid, cancer will be eliminated from his body and he'll be sane again. So, here's an awesome panel of Red Hood, because the whole bunch of other Joker clowns at the bottom fighting him, and Red Hood just going nuts, just fighting the shit out of him, shit like that. A lot of cool shots in this comic. Well, a lot of cool panels in this comic also, even though the story is just whatever. Anyway, we get down to it. Joker's about to drop Joe Chill into the vat of acid. Batman catches him, of course, and then when he gets to the end of it, Batman actually saves Joe Chill, and then outside of it, he forgives him for what he did. So that was, I guess, a thing. So, here's another awesome panel right here. So, like I said, he saves Joe Chill, exits Monarch Theater, and kicks Joker out. So the Monarch Theater has been destroyed again in like the last, twice already in like 2 months. They just keep building this shit over and over again, even though it's been abandoned the whole time. So I guess none of this shit makes any sense. But anyway, he forgives Joe Chill, and gotta show you this. This is a big spoiler. Like I said, while he's laughing, the old Joker, who is the criminal, has dynamite strapped to his chest. And he's like, oh no, it's gonna end the way I want it to end. So he's about to blow all of them up to smithereens. And before he can do that, he gets shot in the head by the other Joker, the comedian. So he's the last one left. As a matter of fact, he thought it was Jason that shot him, but it was the comedian shot. So it's only one Joker left. He's the last Joker. He basically being whole kind of confusing whether or not he created the old Joker or the old Joker created him. And the whole point he's doing all this shit is because he wants Batman to forgive Joe Chill so he can be Batman's greatest enemy or greatest regret and stuff like that. Here's also an interesting panel also that happens. Yeah, almost done. We're getting close to the end. But this actually may be something that happens or maybe something that happens. Commissioner Gordon and Batgirl talk right before the whole thing ends, and Commissioner Gordon is telling Batgirl, look, I don't mind you working with Batman, but Red Hood, he's dangerous. You need to stay away from him. And Batgirl says to him, look, I'm grown enough to do whatever I want to, Dad, and then drives off. So
Control.
That classic song. So basically, the secret is out. But this is supposed to be like a huge moment, Eli. It's supposed to be like the wham moment.
Yeah, like when Janet Jackson. So they should have Janet Control.
Yeah, I get. One more awesome panel. Joker saying, I should be your arch enemy. I should be the big dude anyway. But anyway, whole point, the big spoiler at the end when Alfred and Batman talk to each other. I'm almost done. Yeah. I'm almost done. I'm powering through this. At the end, Alfred and Batman talk to each other, and Joker's saying, well, I guess we'll never figure out who Joker really is. And Batman says, I've known who Joker is since the first week he came out. You're like, wait, what? Yeah, I've always known his identity. You're like, why the fuck you didn't tell anybody? The reason I didn't tell anybody is because of his family. And we go back to that family that was in The Killing Joke. The one that was supposed to have been dead, killed. Apparently, Joker was abusive to them before he flipped out. And she basically got the witness program to leave him before the baby was born. So Joker has no idea where they are, even still alive. And Batman is doing this all on purpose to hide Joker's identity, because if they find out who Joker's identity is, they're going to find out who his wife and kid identity is. So there's a complete retcon of some shit that never happened. So the end.
I'm trying. What now? I'm trying to.
Okay. All right. I know I kind of flew through it at the end. Yeah. Batman is saying he knows who Joker is. He's always known who Joker's true identity is.
And it's that comedian from The Killing Joke?
No, right. But he's saying he knows his real name. Like, he knows everything about the Joker. But he kept it secret from everybody. The Bat family, Alfred, Commissioner Gordon, everybody.
So he had a pregnant wife, right?
Right. But in The Killing Joke, in that story, she died with the baby.
Okay.
So this is a retcon saying that she left him and faked her own death in Alaska.
She's in witness protection.
Right. And she's been there.
Who's the kid? Damien?
Joker Jr. Don't forget Joker, the Joker's bombshell. Oh, yeah. That was the thing about that one. So that was the big thing. Honestly, at the end of the day, this story does not matter. No Batman story working right now is going to reference the story ever again. Jeff Johns might not even write a Batman story again because everybody in DC hates him right now. Like I said,
why was there 3 Jokers?
Okay, there was.
I don't care.
I don't know. Honestly, it don't even really matter at this point, because why he made his excuse for it, he didn't even acknowledge it himself. So this book is complete.
I kind of wish it was a crisis on Infinite Joker.
Right, like Joker's just everywhere, but nah, they're just saying that there were a bunch of Jokers, but there weren't a bunch of Jokers, and he made some Jokers at the last minute, and he's making a new Joker because another pops up. None of this matters. That's the thing. None of this matters. This is a complete throwaway story. Remember, he called him Bruce. Yeah, Joker already knows who Bruce is. That's that thing. That's whatever. So yeah, so Joker, this doesn't matter. This story doesn't matter. It's a complete retcon. So not only does it not matter, it changes shit that did matter. Because why would his wife run away from him when he wasn't even the Joker yet? And plus, all he was just some shitty comedian. He wasn't a wife beater. She acted like she loved him doing that whole thing. And plus, we didn't even know if that story was even real with the way Alan Moore's told us. And
he didn't even want to go on that robbery. They made
him go.
Yeah, they made him go. Like,
this, like I said, this story doesn't make any sense. Overall, this story, 3 out of 5. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. Only giving 3 out of 5 for the artwork. Strict for the artwork. That's it. Jeff Johns completely fucked this story to hell. It's another Joker story that, do we really need another one? Like, damn. Anymore.
No, we really didn't.
We didn't. That's the thing. We don't need another Joker story. It's getting redemption returns at this point. We just had Joker War, which damn near had the same story. So like
that had Joker zombies in it.
Right. This had Joker zombies in it. I just skipped over that shit, but that was in it too.
Joker was digging up corpses and shit and turned them into Jokers.
And they had to show that in Monarch Theater.
Whatever.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, what's the point? And Red Hood and Batgirl was in that one too.
Snyder Cut playing at the Monarch Theater.
And like, wow, this look, they just gave Jeff Johnson.
Didn't go home and fuck the prom queen.
Right. Oh no, let me see that one. Right. He didn't do that. So overall, this story does not matter. The faster we forget this story ever existed, the better. This will not be referenced again. I don't want to see any asshole bring a scan from this book and drop it online and say, well, in Joker, whatever, this happened. No, it didn't happen. This book never happened. Men in Black this shit from your mind. I know we banned Will Smith, but technically that's a comic, so we can say that shit. So never happened. 3 out of 5. Move on from that. What else you got, Eli?
Well, since we're talking about Batman, I'll just get detectives out of the way.
Okay, hopefully this is better.
Detectives 1029. So this happens after the Joker War, and we are introduced to this guy, the Mirror guy. What's his name? I think his name is just the Mirror, right?
Okay. Yeah, I think what they call him, the Mirror.
Yeah, the Mirror. He's some anti-vigilante dude. And he's swearing to Gotham that, we got to get rid of all these masked vigilantes because all they're doing is fucking up the city. All they're doing is inviting these supervillains to do crazy crap in Gotham, and the people of Gotham suffer for it. So we need to get rid of all masks. All masked vigilantes.
Wait, isn't he a masked vigilante?
And he references what's his name, Nakano, the who's running for mayor. He's a cop who's running for mayor.
Right.
And he has a strong.
They got rid of the other mayor because of Joker War. So yeah.
He has a strong. He's this Nakano, the guy running for mayor, has a strong anti-vigilante stance. So yeah. And then we cut to Bruce. He's moving. He's moving out of Wayne Manor. He's going to move to the hood.
Right.
A brownstone in the hood. Buy a whole brownstone to himself. Move everybody out. He's going to move in. But it shows him he's going through Alfred's room. And he's like packing up stuff, reminiscing about Alfred and stuff. Kind of, and then we cut to Bruce. He's It's time to be Batman. And he's going around.
Hello? You there?
Foiling a bank robbery. I'm here.
Okay. He got hooked up for us. You good. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. You there? Yeah, because like the internet is you're like frozen right now. Are you there?
Disappearing.
Okay. Yeah, me or you? Because I guess I'm good on my end, but yeah, your end, you're like frozen right now. So, hello. Wow. Okay. All right. So, hopefully Eli will come back in. Seems like he's frozen right now. I know he was doing the direct.
I got full bars. Yeah. You keep like disappearing.
I keep disappearing? Okay. Well, we'll see how it go. Let's see who was for real Spider-Man's like when he went on patrol. Oh, yeah. It does feel like Spider-Man. Okay. You good now. Seems like you're good. All right.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It says I got full bars.
Maybe it was my end. I don't know. So
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Back to review.
All right. So where was I? So Batman's chasing these bank robbers with his bat cycle, but somebody shoots out the tires on the bat cycle, and he's like, "What the hell?" So then he has to go after him with his, swing after him with his batarangs and shit. And he foils the bank robbers and shit, and he's like wondering what the hell happened, who's shooting at my tires. And then it cuts to this fundraiser on this yacht, and the mayor, the guy running for mayor, he's doing fundraising, and Bruce is like, maybe I better, I can do better as Bruce Wayne and try to influence doing shit, and went and did it again.
Yeah, I saw it again. It's like you just went out and that was it.
Yeah, connected, secured. Yeah, I'm checking my properties.
Cliff, how we sound over there? What are you hearing over there?
It says everything's fine.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's on my end. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got full signal. It says.
Okay. All right. Well,
let me try. Is there anything else open? I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
But all right. So, anyways, the yacht gets attacked by some like terrorists or whatever, and they're like robbing everybody and shit. And something. She says I'm freezing, but I don't know.
I don't know. But you good now, so
yeah. Now if it's storms coming in, maybe I don't know. I don't know, man. We had those thunderstorms that one night, and my internet kept going out, but I don't know. It was clear out tonight. But so, anyways, some bank robbers or whoever, they show up and hijack the fucking yacht, and they're robbing everybody. And then Nightwing shows up and beats the shit out of everybody and basically saves the day, And the mayor, the guy running for mayor, is still like, "Yo, we got to get rid of fucking these vigilantes." And they're like, "Really? Nightwing just came and like saved everybody. Why? What's up?" And shit. He's like, "No, vigilantes got to go." And so then at the end, we see Bruce back at Wayne Manor, and he goes to the Batcave, and then he sees like his chair isn't in the right position. He's like, "I always leave my chair at 4:00, and now it's moved. So somebody's been in here." And then he noticed he has this case book, the black case book that with all his information.
Oh, so he brought the black case book back.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, and the pages are empty. This isn't the case book. So somebody must have taken the case book." And then at the last page, it shows Damian. He's got the fucking case book, and it says elsewhere, and it's Damian. Damian's got the case book.
How is he dressed?
He's kind.
I know he quit being Robin.
Like, he kind of looks like a fucking a League of Shadow guy. Where is he? Right there. He's kind of in that.
The old like when he first started. Okay, so he's going back.
League of Assassins. Kind of like that. Kind of like Spoiler.
Okay, like he looked when he first came out. Yeah, when he was with Talia, with his mom. Okay, so
So I enjoyed this. It's just Batman being Batman and doing Batman shit, and and just some shit's happening, and there's a mystery. We don't know what, and sets up a pretty cool story. So I don't know. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. So
cool. Okay, the Mirror. He looked like Looking Glass from that HBO
Mirror
Watchmen.
guy. Yeah,
they could call him Mirror Guy, but yeah,
yeah.
All right, let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, so normally on the podcast we've been doing for like last 2-3 months, stuff like that. We do Batman first, we do X-Men second, but we're gonna switch up a little bit. But we will keep doing mutants. All right. So we're gonna switch it up. Yeah, we're gonna switch it up. So this is actually a highly anticipated book we've been talking about for a while, and this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And you know why we talking about fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Because you filthy casual, you start off as a comic. And plus, the original comic creators are back to writing the book. Let's see what we got here. The lot always different. Guess so. Let's see. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Don't worry. All right. So, like I said, this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin. What is so special about this book? This is a story that was actually written 30 years ago, but it never officially came out. And the story was like written in the 80s, like 87, 89, something like that. And it was actually set in 2020 in the future, where all the turtles are dead except one. Which one is it? We don't know until we get to the end of this book. So let's go to it and just find out exactly what's going on. So the book starts off with like I said, we're just gonna call him Ronin. We're gonna call him Ronin, or Turtle, whatever you're gonna call him. He's going through this sludge footage. You can see like no, you can't, because I didn't put the thing on there. There you go. All right, you can see like I guess that's the Washington Bridge in the background, like that. You can see it, or a bridge. He's going through the sludge. Apparently, it's so corrupt. No human can go through that one, but he can. So this is a map of Manhattan. Manhattan has completely been walled off onto itself. Notice, and I'm going to do that right there. There's a huge tower right there. That's where Ronin is trying to get to. That tower in the middle of the city right there. So he's going to get there. He is climbing the wall. Wish for death. I'm trying to get there, see if we can get there. It's just some awesome. It's actually not a whole lot of dialogue in this book. It's just a lot of just kinetic action going on, which I love.
Yeah,
which I love.
Ninja. He's being a ninja. He's just infiltrating everything.
Shuriken. He has shuriken in his hands.
He's just breaking into shit. Yeah, sneaking his way into the fucking, into the fucking base.
Yeah, see what the thing is, this book overall, it sets up the world. It doesn't really set up the turtle mythology like that. It sets the world where they're in right now. They're in this apocalyptic future, and just to show you, like Ronin has all of their weapons. Yeah. Like I said, all his dead brothers, and his brothers talk to him also.
He's hearing their voices. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know if they're ghosts. We don't know if it's a hallucination. Like I said, all the weapons, he got them on him at all times. He uses them all at the same time. I'm trying to see if I can get to the panel where you can see it. Oh, not here. Is when he's in the alley. Right here. Yeah. Then you can see his dead brothers behind him talking to him all the time. And they're giving him advice. Sometimes they talk shit to him, all the stuff like that, while he's using all their weapons to get the jump. So what is he here for? Why is he here in this caged off Manhattan? Because he is here for Oroku Hiroto. Now, for those of you up on your Turtles lore, that name should sound familiar, because Oroku Saki is the Shredder. So Oroku Hiroto is Shredder's grandson, of course, Karai's son also. So that's what's going on right now. And you got these JoJo looking motherfuckers right here. I think one of them named Jones. I think that's Jones right there. Who is Jones? She shows up later on, but we don't really know. Why she's like a JoJo? I don't know.
Well, Jones, Casey Jones. She's probably related to Casey Jones.
Right. Related to Casey Jones, but they just look like anime JoJos. I don't know why.
They're like referencing like Escape from New York. They're referencing Akira. They're referencing like
The Dark Knight Returns.
The Dark Knight Returns, and like even Star Wars with the robots are saying Roger, Roger and shit,
Right. And that's the thing what the Turtles always is. Just like we always talk about Star Wars, like Star Wars is a hodgepodge for the stuff. That's what the Ninja Turtles is. The Ninja Turtles is a hodgepodge. The Ninja Turtles at its heart, and I'm going to show you this because this was an awesome ass panel right here also. When Ronin jumps off the motorbike, has dynamite stuck to it, flips on it, boom. Carries away off that. It's some awesome shots in here, man. It's just some awesome shots. Like, even though it's light on story, it lets you know what the hell is going on. Let's see what's going on. The story creator got the book that wouldn't sell multiple comic shops. Who knew? Yeah. And now they're millionaires doing this stuff. So but the point is, he's trying to get to Oroku Hiroto, because Oroku Hiroto, we don't know what Oroku Hiroto did, but we can kind of guess that he killed all the turtles except one, and Splinter's also dead.
Yeah,
and like I said, and he's fighting all these RoboCop, Robo Ninjas. He's got these batons that was never a thing before, but that's like his primary weapons he's using right now.
I wonder if those are Casey Jones, because Casey Jones used like all those sports equipment and shit.
Well, he was like hockey sticks.
Like those Tonfas or whatever. Yeah, those.
Yeah, nightsticks, nightsticks, like police. Yeah. Okay, so Oroku Hiroto, Shredder Jr., let's call him Shredder Jr., whatever like that. He has cyborg robots, and Ronin don't care. He just takes his fucking head off, even though the dude used to be human. Like I said, the turtles are fucking ruthless. They've always have been. Let's see.
Stockman tech, where he sends out the Stockman tech.
Yes, the Mousers from there also, from Baxter Stockman.
Yep, they're flying and shit.
Yeah, even this, so many awesome shots in this book, man. Like this one where he jumps off the train, off the bullet train,
Yeah,
and he
Back to
lands
the
on.
Future, all those hover cars and shit. They're
I
all
was
flying.
thinking of Star Wars again. You know,
Oh,
the
so
prequels.
yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah,
I thought of
we've
Back
seen
to
it
the
so many
Future.
times. Fifth Element, whatever you want to
Fifth
say,
Element,
it's all that
flying
stuff.
cars, flying cars.
Flying cars.
Yeah,
We've seen a
yeah,
bunch of them. You know,
yeah.
while he's doing it, his brother's
Blade
still
Runner,
talking.
yeah, Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yeah, his brother's still talking shit to him. You never were good at flying. You never could fly 10 feet straight. You know, stuff like that. So anyway, when he finally gets close to him, he keeps telling Oroku, "Bring your ass out here, come find me." He's like, "Is that a Ninja Turtle? I thought I killed all you guys." You know, so he doesn't fight him anymore. He just sends like goons at the goons at the goons. Ronin takes a bunch of them out. Then it's when the mouses come out, but they got like the big robot mouses. Ooh, this fucking panel here. This might be my favorite panel of of the night.
Totally old school, fucking Eastman Laird shit.
It
right
really
there.
is. Because the thing about Eastman and Laird, and I'm going to just hang on this panel for a second. Because the thing about Eastman and Laird is that this whole Ninja Turtles thing is a love letter to Frank Miller Comics.
Yeah.
That's what it all is. Because they were dark, gritty. That's what we're doing. But like, let's do it with some like cartoon animals. You know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's what they do. So whenever the Ninja Turtles fight like other like cows and rodents and rats and shit like that, you know, alligators, or it throws me off. That kind of defeats the point of you turn into another fucking cartoon. This is supposed to be like some realistic ninja shit, just with cartoon animals. Even though they're fighting like robots and cyborgs and shit, but still, that's what it's supposed to be. He's throwing like smoke bombs and shit because that's what they do. And here's the thing: the one big mouser takes his ass out. It's like one big mouser he can't take, and it throws him out the window. So he falls all the way down. Trying to see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. No, that's not it. Anyway, he falls all the way down from the building, all the way to the ground. But he doesn't die. He's fucked up, but he doesn't die.
Yeah, he's fucked up. Yeah,
he's fucked up. Like I didn't know the Ninja Turtles could survive falling out of a skyscraper, but I guess.
Well, their shells. I'm sure their shells absorb most of the.
He didn't land on his shell. He landed on his face. But anyway, I'm nitpicking. Anyway, he managed to get up, even though he's like completely fucked up. He managed to get up, crawls to the nearest sewer, and gets down to the bottom. And of course, that Jones girl sees him, and she follows him down there, you know, to see what the hell's going on. And he realized what's going on is that he failed his brother. He failed his family. Yeah. So he's just like, I'm gonna commit seppuku. Now, if you're not up on the anime,
yeah,
right? You know, Harakiri, seppuku, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, ritual suicide.
We want to obsess. Yeah, there one's like ritual, one's like just the common term for commoners.
Right.
But we won't obsess.
We won't. We're not gonna do like we did on that last podcast where you brought up a comic book movie and we talked about the difference between anime and manga for like 5 minutes. We're not gonna do that. Anyway, he gets ready to do it. He gets ready to stab himself, you know, in ritual suicide.
And what's fucked up, what I thought was fucked up is he's using Leo's broken sword.
Right, because he used a sword and he broke the sword during the fight. So I guess he dishonored, you know, the family.
Yeah.
You know? And so I thought that was pretty cool. And right before he can do it, that's when the Jones girl comes out. But he's so beat up from the fight he had, you know, getting up to the tower, he passed out before he can kill himself. So he wakes up. All his brothers are surrounding him. They're sitting there talking shit to him. He's like, "Nah, it ain't time for you to be here yet. You can't be with us yet. You got shit to do." You're like, "Nah, my fight's over. We done. I lost." You're like, "Nah, you got to go back out there." So when we go back out there, that's when he wakes up.
Still don't know who it is yet. Yeah.
Still don't know who it is yet. So when he wakes up, he sees April O'Neil. April O'Neil is still alive. And she tells him, like, and because he's still talking to his dead brothers, and she just like, he's a loose lane. He's like, "Who are you talking to, Michelangelo?" You know, I'm trying to see if I can expand this. So that's who it is. The last Ronin, is Michelangelo. And that's who I guessed the whole time.
Yeah, and that's the saddest. That's so tragic.
Right. Because he's the jokester. He's the baby. He's the youngest. He's the little brother.
He's the one who's always party on, dude, and like, you know, cowboy. He was the jokester. He was the prankster. He was the embodiment of a teenage boy.
Right. He's also the one Splinter said had the most potential if he ever took himself seriously.
Yeah, fun-loving. And to see him just be brooding and full of rage this whole issue. was like kind of it was kind of sad at the end. I was like, oh
But
shit, it's Mike, because we said that it'd be fucked up if it was Mike, and then it was Mike at the end. I'm like, oh man, it is Mike. Damn,
I
that
mean,
sucks.
narrative wise, it makes the most sense.
It does.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
Raph is he's pissed off.
Right.
You
He's
know,
a
all the time.
badass. We've seen
Yeah.
him go be a loner, be a
He's
badass. Sometimes we've
brooding
seen
and
that.
shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Leo,
even
of course, Leo could do it. You know.
yeah, Donatello, he's so, you know, he's very analytical, and what they were saying, oh, it might be the sister that this new one that they just
We're
invented.
not gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
I don't.
but like you said, this was written like years ago, so this is before
Right.
she was ever thought of. So yeah,
Right.
the fact that it's Mike really makes it a tragedy. You know,
Right, because here's the thing: with Eastman and Laird, they've already said Mike was always their favorite.
he was the
Matter of
first
fact,
one.
he was the first one. He was the
Yeah.
first one. Like when they
Yeah.
came up with the concept of it, he was the first one they drew. So it would just make sense that if this is the last turtle story, he would be the one that they would have.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes sense. So yeah, awesome story. I'm digging this story. I want to see where it goes further. It was a big meaty story with just a bunch of just cinematic panels. And I would love it. It was light on story, but I didn't care. I was digging. I was loving the story.
It was what, 40, 50 pages, but it
40,
was
50 pages of
so brisk. It was so
Right.
brisk. It was just nothing but action. Like I said, just him being a ninja, just infiltrating fucking motherfuckers up, sneaking, spying, you know, espionage, ninja assassin. You know, he was just, that's all it was.
Right. You know what's funny about it? Because I'm reading like the comments on the page. They're like, I've never known the turtles to be this dark before. I'm like, y'all got to keep up with this shit. That's where they started. They started doing this fucked up shit.
Yeah.
They only got commercialized later on, you know, in the 80s when, you know, in the cartoons and pieces and shit like that. But nah, in the early 80 comics, they was just killing motherfuckers left, right, chopping heads off and shit, ninja shit.
I got into them about a year before the cartoon came out. And that was only because of the band Anthrax. That, you know, those guys were all geeks and the nerds. They were their songs they were singing about, you know, horror movies and Judge Dredd. That's how I first heard of Judge Dredd. And I remember a couple of them, they had Ninja Turtles on their guitars. You know, and that's how I first heard. I was, what the fuck are those? And then I heard it was a comic book. So yeah, it was about a year before the fucking cartoon came out. And the cartoon came out, I'm like, oh Jesus, what the hell is this crap?
Right. But before Image came out, Ninja Turtles was the best-selling independent comic of all.
Yeah, those original Ninja Turtle comics were dope. I had like a fifth or sixth printing of number 1. And I'm so stupid. I traded it for that fucking Leatherhead one shot.
Oh shit!
I'm such an idiot. I should have did that. I wish it was the 5th printing. So it's probably worth a lot right now. It was the 5th printing. So you know, at the time it probably wasn't worth much, but now it was probably worth much because I bagged and boarded shit back then. So the 5th printing of fucking Ninja Turtles number 1, now, man, it's probably worth at least 20.
We can retire.
Yeah.
Put the kids through college. Like, nah.
Yeah.
Let's see. What you got? Oh, yeah, I slept scrolling. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. I can't give it a 5 because I know the story. I need to know where the story's going. I need to know what Oroku Hiroto's deal is. Why is he keeping Karai in like some cryo chamber? I need to know this stuff. I need to know what happened to the turtles. That's why I'm gonna give it a 4.5 right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was a really brisk, fun read. You know. So
give me more of this. I'm there. Like I said, we had to knock X-Men off the top spot to put that in.
I'm for that. Don't mind doing I'll go with Shang-Chi, number 2.
Cool.
Since
okay.
we're talking about martial arts and shit. So I'm digging this book.
I am too.
Yeah. So we got Shang-Chi, the return of Shang-Chi. It turns out his family, his father was part of the five weapons society or something like that they were called.
Yeah.
And he had a sister back in the day named Shang Hua or something.
Yeah.
And it starts out, this book starts out with, there's like a flashback of him and his little sister, you know, back in China, his father's training in his father's cult of Kung Fu masters. and they sneak into like some forbidden room, and there's a bunch of dead bodies, and he's doing some weird zombie vampire shit to him. And the father catches him. He's like, I told you not to be in here. You can't be in here. You disobeyed me. And Shang-Chi's like, hey, it's all my fault. Go easy on her. And so he starts choking Shang-Chi, and he's a little kid.
Right.
And then the sister like takes a hammer and hits the dad over the head. Like, damn it. I don't know. Happened again.
I heard it that time.
Seems to happen on all my reviews. So basically, Shang-Chi thinks the dad kills his sister. So he thinks she's dead this whole time. So we grow up, there's he's with that, what's her name? Wu, the M6 M16
MI6 agent,
yeah. They're infiltrating this castle, I think Russia or whatever, to go find this five society, the House of Hammers or whatever, and he beats up some of the guards. He
also does autopilot to send her out of there, even though he's about to go fight an army. He decides to get rid of her so he can fight them by himself.
Yeah, he's talking shit to him. You train your whole life and you suck. You should go bake cookies or something. Talking
like, this guy is okay. You suck.
Yeah, yeah. So he finds his sister. Shang-Chi and Shang-Hua have the moment, and you think they're about to fight, but they end up hugging. I thought that was pretty sweet.
They
end up
haven't seen
hugging.
each
Little
other
sister,
like
big brother. Yeah.
I'll show the panel while he's freezing. There we go.
You think they're enemies? That's really weird. I can still hear you while that's happening.
I don't know.
Yeah. So when it happens, show a visual.
Okay, cool. Keeps going. Got an issue. Back and say, oh yeah, that's old school. We know Cliff got them all.
Including, yeah. So they're at dinner, they're eating and shit, and they're eating
crystal cake.
His favorite crystal cake and shit.
Because that's they were stealing.
She's explaining
when they were younger. Yeah.
Yeah, when they were kids, that's what they were trying to steal. So she's explaining to him about the whole house of weapons and how the father's spirit chooses the leader of this cult, and the spirit chose Shang-Chi, which pisses her off because even though Shang-Chi were enemies with his dad and supposedly killed him in an old story, he still favors him over her, and so she's mad. So she poisons the fucking cakes, and he's like dying or whatever, and he's having all these weird visions of seeing his dead dad as a zombie and shit. I thought that was a pretty cool panel. That panel
right there, that one, yeah, cool. Boy,
yeah. But then he's having all these weird visions, and at one point in his mind or whatever, he's fighting these like hopping vampires, which I thought was dope. Like these vampires.
Well, I thought they were zombies.
Yeah, well, they have fangs, like because they have now in kung fu, in martial arts movies, there's like a genre called the hopping vampire movies, and they're just vampires that hop, and you got to put like a talisman on their forehead to destroy them and stuff. They're hopping vampires. It's like a genre, a little subgenre, of kung fu movies. So that's cool. I thought that was cool. Where he's fighting the vampires, and they're like throwing hands at him and shit, and he's like bleeding space. It was just a weird, cool fight, And then, but then he comes out of it, and it's those that other cult, the Daggers, or the House of the Daggers,
right? His brother and sister, his other brother and sister.
Yeah, they come and they sort of they bum rush the show and save him, and they take him away, and it's weird, but he still it's really weird. Is he still hallucinating? Because he's
like bleeding rainbows out of his.
Yeah, he's like bleeding space or something. Like outer space is falling out of it. It's like really weird. So we don't know if that's all a hallucination or what, but yeah. The father's begging him to come visit, So, and then to be continued. And I thought it was dope. I was digging this story,
Hey, the whole time I was listening to Wu-Tang in the back. You know, just get that feel.
Yeah. Poisonous
Mystery of chess
paragraph.
boxing, all that stuff
Yep.
like that. So yeah, I was feeling it. It was giving me that vibe from it. I was enjoying
Yep.
it. Because the thing is, like I said, Shang-Chi, as far as we know, don't have any superpower. He's just a dude that just knows kung fu, and he just
Yep.
does kung fu shit the whole time. Like the shit. I want to find that other panel, like when they shot down his parachute, and it made it seem like he
Oh
was
yeah.
bouncing from tree to tree, but he was like
Yeah.
jumping from tree to tree.
Yeah. Like right there, they fuck up his parachute right there.
Yeah,
And then he's like just like jumping like some fucking
Bobby Digital, baby.
like some
Yeah,
old school old school, where is it? I can't. Yeah, right
right.
there. He's just hopping from tree to tree. And that's shit. That's callbacks to those new age kung fu fantasies of the early 90s that inspired Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Like that, all that shit you see in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that shit was done in the 90s throughout the Hong Kong cinema. Movies like fucking Bride with White Hair and Wu Warriors from the Magic Mountain, where they're just like they're flying around, duel to the death. They're literally flying around, sword fighting in the air. Shit that inspired Big Trouble in Little China. That they were doing all that shit for years before people in America, heard about that shit. So yeah, I love that. And like I said, I'm a huge kung fu fan. So yeah, I was really digging this. And it's cool to see, that there's like actual real representation. Like there's real,
Right.
it's all Asian artists, and you can tell that they know the genre and they're familiar with
Right,
the
and they're doing
genre.
callback. And look at the art on this, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like some of these panels just look like beautiful. I'm trying to look at the other panel where with Lei Fei, Shang, whatever that chick's name is, when they entered the castle, that shit just looked beautiful. That was like one of my favorite pictures, favorite panels. Trying to see if I can find it. Damn it, I missed it.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
just to see the hopping vampires, I'm like, wow. That's
and
like
see, I didn't even know about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
this panel right here. This panel right here. This is just to
Oh,
look
yeah.
at it. Just look amazing, man. Just when
Yeah.
you see it. So yeah, like I said, they really did. I'm digging this book. I'm digging the hell out of this
Me
book.
too. That's dope. Yeah.
So overall, give it a 4 out of 5. Because I'm about this based on your review. Cliff, definitely check it out. It's different than the old stuff because, like I said, the old stuff is pretty much just James Bond movies or James Bond's comics, just with Shang-Chi, with just a Bruce Lee dude in it.
Yeah.
This is different. They do something different with this because it's different creators. That's the same argument we have. Like, does it matter if you have like an Asian creator or whatever creator? Like, doesn't matter. Like, why don't you get the best creators to do something? Like, you can, but they necessarily don't get the nuances of the culture of what they're doing. That's the thing.
Yeah,
So
I don't think Brian Michael Bendis ever seen a hopping vampire movie.
right, that's that he wouldn't get it. Like no matter how good he is, he wouldn't get it. He wouldn't be the right guy for this. So that's my whole thing.
I don't think he's seen. Yeah, I don't think he's seen fucking Bride with White Hair.
Right. I mean, like you want to talk about? Let's go talk about Black Panther for a second. Like I said, they made Black Panther back in the '60s, yes, but for like the next 30 years, he was just a D-list character, just kind of just did nothing. Barely showed up in the book. It's like that until the 2000s when he started getting black writers. You had Priest, you had Hudlin, you had I forget his name. I'm fucking up. The guy that made Icon, the guy that made Static Shock, the guy that did everything. Dwayne McDuffie.
Oh,
Coach. Coach did his thing too. Coach did his thing. I'm not gonna.
And Coach.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw Coach in too. Yeah. But the point is, once they started doing that, all of a sudden Black Panther had a renaissance. All of a sudden, Black Panther, they showed Black Panther how Black Panther should be written.
Yeah.
And then Marvel took it and fucked it up. We kind of got the story 3 times. They divorced Storm because they didn't know how to write it. All this crazy shit like that. So, oh shit.
Yeah, let's turn them into X-Men.
Oh shit! Speaking of X-Men,
no, but I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5. I was just really into this. Yeah, I'm really into this book. Kind of weird. We're gonna stick with it. I didn't think I would be. I got it out.
It's just a fun book, man. It's just fun. Like let's see. Next book we're gonna do is X-Men. I guess where is that?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what's the name of this book? I'm sorry, I'm a noob. 10 of Swords, Stasis #1. This is like a fucking anime video game.
Kiss of Swords.
Cross of Swords. All right, so what is this fucking book? Okay, so this book is halfway point of the Ten of Swords. All the X-Men have their swords. All the bad guys have their swords. And half of the book is basically like them just going around just not even getting swords, recruiting the people they need them. So you got Bay, the Blood Moon, and Orca, the Unbeatable. I'm butchering these names. I don't care. And they got this fucking mutant dinosaur that knows how to wield a sword. I'm trying to fucking find that shit. It's the weirdest fucking thing. He's like my favorite. Cool. They call him Unku Puku or something. Unku Poko. I can't remember what the guy's name was. I'm trying to find that fucking panel. Anyway, so they were doing all this recruiting shit, looking for because the bad guys got to have their Ten of Swords too. And who else they recruit? Yeah, right here. This fucking dinosaur. Uku Puku, whatever his name is. I don't know his name. Go listen to this Geeky Comics. They know all this shit back and forth. They have detailed notes. It's still the damn island that can't die. Okay, here's the thing. They have rules for this tournament.
Still on that damn island.
Yeah. So since they're going to this alternate dimension, for some reason the rules are different. That if they die there, they die. That's it. They don't come back. If they die in this tournament. So why? I don't know. Hickman explained it. I didn't understand the explanation. So what the fuck ever. Oh, Bay the Blood Moon. I have meant to kill. I'm like, okay. So Bay is Bay. So all right, what else we got? And I want to give you the awesome shot that they gave. This is actually where is it? Oh, and the white sword. The white sword was this dude. Who gives a fuck? Doesn't matter. Yeah, this shot right here. With like a fucking 2010 rap album. I'm like, I see this and I was just like, you know what? These guys gonna kick the shit out the X-Men. Just Hickman did his thing with them. If he ain't do nothing else with this book, he made some cool ass looking bad guys. Because I don't see how the X-Men can fuck these guys up. They ready to do some shit. You know.
Is that an alligator with an Iron Man suit?
I want to say. I think it's a dinosaur with Iron Man.
Is that the dinosaur you're talking about?
That's the dinosaur I was talking about. So he's like a huge dinosaur. This guy. I don't know who's gonna fight him, but fuck it, you know. Anyway, what else goes on with this fucking book? Okay, so the X-Men get teleported to Outer World or whatever the fuck world Mortal Kombat was called. And they go there. They go to that scene. Oh, and they show all the blades too. The blades. So give you all this background stuff like that. What the blade is called, who owns the blade, and all the stuff like that. They go to their rooms. During their rooms, they got all these tarot cards waiting for them. I'm not going to show you the tarot cards. Basically, Wolverine's getting choked out one of the guys. Cable is getting killed. No, Captain Britain's getting killed or some shit. And Apocalypse gets pissed with the car he's got because the car he got is and Storm, it becomes the Angel of Death in her card. So apparently that's her future. So Apocalypse has his card, and his card has him with his wife, who's supposed to be, supposed to die like 1,000 years ago. So apparently he goes down there and he meets Annihilation, who is supposed to be the main big bad guy they're supposed to be fighting. And Annihilation takes off her mask, and it's exactly who Gomer and I already knew it was. It's his baby mama, the one that he thought died like 1,000 years ago. So she takes the mask off, drops the mask, boom. Hello, my love. I'm come to kill you, and all this shit like that. So the end. Yeah. So this book gets weirder and weirder as it goes along. This is supposed to be the saving grace of 2020. Half the time, I don't know what the fuck going on in this book, to be honest with you. Maybe that's because I skipped all the Excalibur shit and explanations of whatever the fuck going on. I don't care. Just give me when they start fighting people with swords, man. Can I just get that? That's all I want. All this other world building and shit, and I'm from the planet blah, 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 and I got a dinosaur, mutant Iron Man with a sword. Just fight, man. Just kill people. So overall, I'm going to get a book of 3 out of 5. That's why I moved this shit past Ninja Turtles. I'd rather read Ninja Turtles than this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Shoot, what else you got?
Okay, just a side note. I just Googled hopping vampires, and this was the first image that came up.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so, yeah. That looked very close to what they were doing.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm thinking zombies, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. and they're like zombies. They're undead, but they're not traditional. Man, it's another, like I said, it's another genre of kung fu that you know. But other than that, I'll go to Immortal Hulk.
Okay. Why are we waiting this long to do Immortal Hulk? We don't do that earlier.
This is weird, man. This is so weird. Hey, Cliff, did you read this? Because this was weird as fuck. Let me know what you think happened in this motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure Cliff checked out already. At the X-Men, he like, I'm out.
This is weird, man. Most of it takes place in the Hulk's head, and his like fucking personalities are fighting and shit. So So it starts out the leader. So as we know, the leader has figured out the secrets of how the green hell works, the place below all, and how the green doors come and go, and he's able to resurrect. And last issues he basically got the Hulk, the Gamma Flight, killed the Hulk. He went down to hell. Leader possessed him, so now Leader is inside the Hulk, and Leader is, you know, can mutate the Hulk and do all kinds of weird shit. But this one starts out with how the Leader figured out how the green hell worked and how the green doors work, and it was because he found Banner's dad, Brian Banner, and because Brian Banner was doing all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, I need to know how you did all this shit. I know it's part of it's gamma, but part of it's sorcery. I ain't got time to do all that shit. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to like suck your brain and eat your knowledge. And this fucking panel, I don't know if you can hold, it's like the fucking weirdest, dopest image. Like,
it's like,
here.
How did they get away with this shit?
Yeah, like you see like the leader's head like splitting open, and like this tongue comes out, and then it's like he just like sucks out his brain and shit. It's
what the hell?
Really cool image. And like that's how he figures out how to work the green hell, you know. So then we go back into the Hulk's mind. In the last issue, Devil Hulk was unleashed. Yeah, it's a horror comic.
Right. Let me see.
He said he did read it. It's different. He fucked up the it's a horror comic. So the Devil Hulk is in there. He's there to protect Banner. And he's fighting the leader, who is like mutating the Hulk and shit. It's really weird. But then he's got the father's there, and he's trying to kill the father. But then regular Hulk, you know, remember, these are all different personalities. So the regular Hulk, you know, the one who just smashes, he's like, doesn't want the leader. Yeah, he doesn't want the leader to kill his dad, to kill Brian.
Yeah, because all the Hulks are supposed to be scared of his dad. So yeah, froze again. That's okay. I'll keep talking, even though I know he hear me.
Bear.
There you go. And he's gonna get. Come on, power through. Hulk smash, Penny Wi-Fi. Come on, Eli, come back.
There I am. Okay, I'm back, but you're not. Yeah,
I'm here.
Yeah, I can hear you, but then I came back, but I couldn't see it. For me, it like you disappear, like your screen goes black and shit. It's really weird.
They said it would be. They said it. Elaborate, Gabe. I don't know what they said it would be.
Yeah. So Hulk doesn't want the leader to kill Banner's dad because deep down the regular Hulk is just a big kid who wants to be loved, and so yeah, he doesn't want his dad dying. So because he's just a big kid and he looks up to his dad, so it's kind of weird. That's kind of fucked up and shit. So yeah, so he basically stops the leader from killing the dad. And it is a really weird panel and shit. It's like this, the art is dope and the monsters are dope. It's really weird. John Carpenter thing, body horror, Cronenberg, fly shit. So anyways, they're fighting, and then the leader makes off with Bruce Banner, and Bruce Banner goes through the green door. The leader takes Bruce Banner through the green door. So now Bruce Banner's not. Now this is weird. This is what I'm having a hard time comprehending now, because, like I said, this is all in Hulk's mind.
They did, yeah.
Yeah. So Bruce Banner is no longer in the Hulk, but what's his face? Fix-It still in there. Devil Hulk still in there, so there's still other personalities, but Banner's not in there. So they're like, just, so they come through and they got the Hulk in, like, Gamma Flight's actually got the Hulk in the real world, like strapped to some contraption. And then in his mind,
Right.
Rick
Doc Samson,
Jones,
yeah.
Rick Jones is all fucked up and doing this shit. It's just, so
Because
I
he's
got
still some kind of gamma god, right? Rick Jones.
Samson, yeah, Doc Samson's in there somewhere too, but Samson's in hell. Samson's in hell with,
You
and
mean Green Hill, right?
yeah, the Green Hell, and
Yeah.
Leader took over Rick Jones, so it's and then the Hulk, so it's I'm confused at all these personalities fighting each other.
Yeah.
In the end, that's basically what this book is about. It's all of Hulk's personalities at war with each other, sort of just. His worst enemy is himself. Like, we go back to Maestro. Maestro is the worst enemy Hulk ever had, and it's himself. Pickle
2000
Rick,
Man Reborn. Pickle one.
Yeah,
Right.
it's weird. It's like, yeah, it's getting all weird psychological shit. I had a hard time comprehending like what exactly what's happening, but it's still cool. The art is dope, and there's really gory monster Carpenter thing shit. So I give it. I'm still on board. 4 out of 5. This one was just really weird. So
now, you used to give this shit like 6.5 out of 5. I mean,
yeah, it's. I'm still there. I just like, I got to reread it to get, like, what the hell is happening? All the fight. They're all fighting each other. He smoked before reading. Yeah.
Oh man. Shoot. Any other
So
ones
yeah,
you want to do?
it's a 4 out of 5.
Okay. I got no
Should
more
I do this
books.
Friday the 13th if I don't freeze?
Yeah, we can
All
knock
right.
it out. Let's see. Okay, that last
The
page.
last
Banner's
painter is
eye.
Banner's eyes. Is that Banner? I thought that was Jones. Is that Banner? I guess it would be Banner. Joe, is that you? Are you there? I need help, Joe. Oh yeah, it is Banner.
Oh,
Okay.
shoot.
Yeah.
Now you look at the book completely different now.
So yeah.
Different context.
Yeah, that's Banner then. Banner's like getting ripped apart by all his personalities are ripping him apart. It's like there's like the Devil Hulk, and you see like, yeah, trippy shit, yo. That's the Leader in the background. Yeah, the Leader's doing that shit. Yeah, this is weird. Yeah, you got to smoke and smoke and just look at that for a while. All right, so because it's Halloween and I'm a big horror fan, I wanted to read a horror book, and I picked up this Friday the 13th comic. Came out in 2007 by Wildstorm. So technically,
okay.
DC put this up.
Yeah, they bought them around that time, so yeah.
Yeah, so technically, this is a DC book. So basically, what's going on? Yeah, he's being devoured. Yeah. Basically, it's Jason killing people in the woods. I'm good with that. But then there's a parallel story going on to what happened in those same woods back in the 1800s. So what happened? Bunch of like mountain men kill this Indian family in a teepee and shit.
Okay.
But then the husband like comes back as like a slasher with a tomahawk and ends up killing the mountain men in sort of a vengeance, kind of like how Jason. So it's basically alluding that those woods have always been cursed,
And they always have some kind of Indian, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, by the so I guess seeing seeing the native chop people up with his tomahawk was kind of cool because I don't get that much.
Now,
but
normally you wouldn't go for that.
normally, but it's still stereotypical shit. This book is really saying that the Friday the 13th mythos is entering the Indian burial ground trope, which I have a huge problem with. The whole Indian burial ground. Now that's like a little subgenre horror. Movies like The Shining, Pet Cemetery, Poltergeist, Amityville, even Silent Hill. They're all about, you know, shit happened to the Indians, and now the Indian spirits are restless. So now when the white people move their fancy houses, they're dealing with these vengeful Indian spirits and shit, ruining their good time. Check out. I have seen that. I have seen Never Hike Alone. Yes, on YouTube. You know, those fan movies. There's fan movies and shit. Yeah, pretty cool. But and I'm wearing the hat. I'm wearing my Jason hat. No.
Nice. Friday 13th. No more
yeah.
stereotypes.
So
right.
yeah, like I said, the Indian burial ground trope. It's like I said, like suburban homes built on ancient tribal burial ground, and the ghosts come back and fuck up their barbecue. That's like, you know, haunt the white people. So I mean, it's old. It's been played out. It's basically feeding into the attitude of colonization that, oh, the white family can't enjoy their nice home because these Indians are still mad. You know, it's still, you know what I'm saying? It's still got that colonization sort of attitude of yeah, reminds me of Poltergeist. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's just another excuse for, you know, white folks, white comfort. Indian spirits are fucking up white comfort. You know, that's all it is. So yeah.
You gotta have the Michael Myers mask on too. William
oh, he's in like the mechanic suit or whatever, right, that blue mechanic
around with the machete in his hand, chopping fish.
Yeah, we're always talking. I watched that Donut Scary Movie Night. He's like, every fucking Michael Myers movie, there's a scene where he goes to an auto garage and kills the guy and takes his jumpsuit. He's got a thing for those auto mechanic jumpsuits.
They're comfortable.
Oh yeah. I survived.
I wore those things before. They're comfortable. Yeah, you just walk around with it.
Yeah.
They're insulated also.
Yeah, so, yeah. I did survive the woods. I did survive the woods. It was nice and relaxing. Very relaxing, very chill. I came back here. First thing I said was, look at all these assholes. So yeah, Friday the 13th, this book was you know, just give me Jason chopping people up. That's all I need. You don't have to give me a reason that, you know, Jason is cursed because Indians died there back in the day and it's ruining everybody's good time in the modern days and shit. You know, fuck that. You know, it's almost like Make America Great Again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
like these, you know, these Indians are dead. They should quit fucking with us, you know, so we can have our good white time, you know? Fuck all that shit. So, yeah. I'm done.
All right. So we booked out. We good? Okay.
Yeah.
We actually like I said, mostly we were just talking about comics at the time. We want to just dig in that. We also talked about Mandalorian earlier today. Like I said, today is Tuesday. Go out and vote. I don't care who you vote for. I kind of care who you vote for. But just do something. You know, just don't sit at home and then complain about it when the guy that you want to win don't do anything. Respect the 1 through 25 for Halloween. Which one? Cliff, which run? You talking about Golden Age, 90s? There's been a bunch of specters. So, yeah. Oh, and also for those that didn't catch on, Eli, Gomer, who's the other guy? Jules True?
Jules, yeah.
I think his name was. We did our top 5 non-MCU movies last Tuesday. Definitely check that out. I might even repost that and put the list of what we did so you can just cut to the chase to see who we went for. We do have another one coming up this month, top 5 graphic novels. I have 4 of mine picked out already, Eli. I don't have my 5th.
I'm having a hard time choosing too. I'm like, damn.
My 4 are locked. My 4 are locked right now. It's that 5th one that's giving me trouble. So
yeah,
once I figure it out, we're gonna get to there. Yeah, something. Oh, from the 90s. I think it's on DC Universe. I did see that. I'm gonna check that out. And so, yeah, like I said, if we're still here and we haven't broken out a complete civil war, we will come back and do some more comic book reviews or Mando review or whatever the fuck is out there review. You know. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And go fucking vote.